The media expect complete transparency from the NBA, particularly when it comes to injuries. But I get it. Shoulder surgery. That's all we're told. Definitely a different standard when it comes to the media. Nevertheless, we're thrilled you're back, and I'm glad your shoulder surgery was perfectly timed for the offseason. And good news, opening night will be here before you know it.
Joe, wake up! First take is on.
Oh, go away.
Stephen A is back.
He's back? Stephen A is back. He's the only one that believed in us. Welcome back, Stephen A.
Oh my gosh, that was so good.
I appreciate my boy. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Joe.
Listen, Warriors owner Joe Lacob, big deal.
Adam Silver got me good on that one.
That was hilarious. Shoulder surgery. I was like, okay, you're
Can
my
I
guy.
come to my own defense, please?
Hard as you
It was a little.
Excuse me. First of all, I was old time off. Let's be clear about that. Secondly, cuff, torn, bicep, labrum, plus a bone spur. I've been going through 4 days of rehab a week on my vacation. I didn't go away.
No.
So Adam Silver, I got you. Oh, he got me good.
Listen,
though.
we
He got
get
me
it.
good though. And Joe Lacob too. Oh Lord. And Nick Saban. This
We
is bad.
understand. We know. You had serious shoulder
All right,
surgery.
I'm still recovering, but I'm here.
All right, we'll
I'm
move
here.
on. Hey,
Yeah.
there was some major NBA news, and I need to get your thoughts on it in
Right.
the association. So ESPN sources confirmed that Kevin Durant had met with owner Joe Tsai in London, reiterated his trade request, suggesting to the team they needed to choose between him or head coach Steve Nash and GM Sean Marks. Tsai voiced his support for his front office and coaching staff on Twitter last week, and now we wait for what's next with that situation. Yesterday on Twitter, meanwhile, Kevin Durant responded to someone saying his legacy is tainted because of team hopping, tweeting back, "It's all a matter of perspective. You say it's tainted, I say it has never been stronger." Stephen A. Smith. Did you miss talking about the NBA? It's been a minute.
I did.
Okay, well, now's your moment. From the yacht. Are KD's demands justified?
Hell no. Not at all. And I love me some KD. I know people get on him about being sensitive and him clapping back to the media. Hell, he's clapped back at me on several occasions, publicly and privately. I love the brother. I think he's the best player in the world when healthy. These trade demands are not even close to being justified. Hell with that. If it's me, I'm Joe Tsai for the Brooklyn Nets, you ain't going no damn place, Kevin Durant. Take the video off. We've seen enough of his plays. I want the camera on me for this one. There is no way in hell I'm letting Kevin Durant leave this year. Hell with that. Let me break this down for y'all. Kevin Durant arrives to the Brooklyn Nets in 2019. He signs 4 years, $164 million. He had just torn his Achilles. They paid him $35+ million a year just to come, knowing he wasn't going to play a single game. He's Kevin Durant. He deserves it. I would have done the same thing without hesitation because this brother's going to ball all day, every day if he's healthy. You ain't got to worry about no load management, him sitting out, finding excuses not to play. That's not how he rolls. His integrity is not to be questioned in that regard. But he was paid, okay? So you missed the first season. The second season, you come back through no fault of your own. Kyrie gets hurt. James Harden gets hurt. You almost beat Milwaukee. Can't get it done. Monster performance, right?
Monster performance.
This year, you got bounced out in the first round. You got swept, and you were the only team in the entire postseason who got swept. That's 3 years of basketball, and all I got to show for it is one playoff series victory. I got Kyrie here because of you. James Harden because of you. DeAndre Jordan, love DeAndre Jordan, good brother. Happy he got his $40 million from the Nets when he did, but we know he's past his prime and all of that stuff, nothing but love for him. But you brought him there too. Steve Nash, no experience, never even coached high school.
Right.
Didn't coach high school, didn't coach college, didn't coach pros, but you wanted him as your head coach. I'm Joe Tsai. I've given you every damn thing you wanted. You can give me a championship run legitimately with all of y'all on the court together. Y'all only played about 29 games together. I mean, give me a break. I haven't gotten a return on my investment. And then you commit last summer to a 4-year, $198 million deal that came on top of the $164 million, right? Last time I checked, $198 million, $164 million, that's about $361 million.
a lot of money.
Okay? That's what I
of
paid
moolah.
you. And all I got to show for it is one playoff victory because you want to bounce. Not even 1 day on the contract you asking to be traded. Because the contract kicks in now. You ain't going no damn place. You're going to stay your ass right here. And you and Kyrie and Ben Simmons, who, by the way, newsflash here, I ran into Brent Simmons. He and I had a nice conversation.
Good.
You understand? His personal business is personal business. Is his personal business? I support the brother. I had a problem with him not playing. That's the past. He's ready to go. He swears he's ready to go. I'm rooting for the brother. Having said all of that, I got Ben Simmons. I got Kyrie Irving. I got KD. You know what I got with that, Molly? Playmaker? I got arguably the favorites to win the East. Okay, I'm not saying Miami, Boston, and Milwaukee can't do it, but I got arguably the favorites to win the East. You ain't going no damn place this season. Maybe next summer we can talk about this. You gonna get me this year with a full team on the court. Kevin Durant stays here. If I'm Joe Tsai, your ass ain't going nowhere. You staying right here.
First of all,
right here.
Okay, and I love your passion on it, and all the way. And if I may be going to keep him there if I could keep him there. But you got to understand this. All that you said about the $35 million he got for not playing, I don't know that he owes anyone anything, because any team would have given him that.
Anything.
I just want so it's not like he owes.
I would have
Joe
gave it to him
that.
if I had.
Any team would have given it to him. They were waiting to give it to him. I wanted to see these guys play together.
Yeah.
I wanted to see them play together for a while. I mean, not the few games they got in together, but there's been so much going on. I'll try to sell Kevin Durant, but I'm not selling him on, I did all of this for you. I did all this for you. You got to do this for me. I would sell him on, just what we're talking about. We really hadn't got a chance to see you guys play together.
I want to be very careful. I'm not being disrespectful by using this analogy, but I want to say it. I don't have to sell you. I already bought you. You under contract.
Right.
You got
right,
4
right.
years.
Right.
The fact of the matter is, what I'm saying is, Ben Simmons has never had a reason to be more motivated than he has this season. Kyrie playing for a new deal. Zach LaVine got a contract extension. A few people got, few people got $200 million. Bradley Beal got over $200 million. Excuse me, it was supposed to be Kyrie, but because of all the stuff that happened, that didn't happen. Kyrie is highly motivated for a new contract. Ben Simmons is highly motivated. And the combination of those two, with Kevin Durant, with Joe Harris coming back, with Seth Curry still there, this team can compete for a championship. You ain't going nowhere this year. Next summer, sure, with 3 years left on your deal, we can talk. I might move you, but you giving me 1 year with a team. You giving me 1 year. And you want to sit out? Sit the hell out. I ain't got nothing but a first-round victory anyway, so guess what?
Back on Get Up, we're going to talk some basketball. Kevin Durant and Nets owner Joe Tsai met in London recently, and Durant reiterated his desire to be traded. Sources confirm he suggested the franchise needed to choose between him and coach Steve Nash and general manager Sean Marks. On Monday, Tsai made his feelings clear on Twitter. He said, "Our front office and coaching staff have my support. We'll make decisions, in the best interest of the Brooklyn Nets." So this situation remains what it has been for a while. We have Jay Williams here. We have Brian Windhorst. Wendy, we'll start with you. What's going on? What's going to happen here? When's it going to happen? Fill us in on what's going on with this situation.
Yeah, the league, Dan, the league was pretty surprised by this move by Durant. It's a little bit curious. Clearly what he wanted was to reiterate his trade demand and to speed up the process, because in recent weeks, the Nets have really not been making any progress on trade demands or on trade talks, and frankly had been positioning themselves to bring Durant back. So Durant could have accomplished that short of demanding the head coach and general manager be fired in August. That demand probably hurt his position because, frankly, it's so ridiculous and preposterous at this point that it's easy for the Nets to say no to. And it also sends a message to the rest of the league out there that this is a player who is potentially going to get cheaper, not more expensive. And so that's not what Durant wanted to accomplish. Not only that, it limited his options, guys, because now he has asked for a trade and it hasn't been granted. He has asked for the coach and general manager to be fired and that hasn't been granted. And so now, how do you go forward and report to training camp when you've been told no? And that's the now coming drama with this situation.
I just want to ask people this, and if I've gotten fortunate in sports, Dan, Brian, I'm sure you guys have too, where you meet owners of teams, or I've met guys who have been billionaires. You tell me a scenario where you have delivered an ultimatum to a billionaire where it typically works out in your favor.
So what is he doing?
I think it was a flex. It was, this is what it's going to be. Now, look, if this equates to Kevin Durant sitting out of training camp, I think you have to deal with it then. But at the end of the day, I would trust in the fact that Joe Tsai has built companies from the bottom up where he hasn't taken lightly to threats like this. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I think Joe Tsai's put his staple out there by saying, I believe in our coach, I believe in our franchise, and by the way, you have signed a 4-year deal here where I don't feel the need to move you unless I get equivalent assets in return.
Yeah, tough to outflex the billionaire in this situation, that's for sure. And it's a lesson that Durant may be learning. Wendy, you mentioned, I mean, training camp coming up. I mean, is there a situation where he could show up for camp? Or would you, if camp started tomorrow, do you think he'd go?
Yeah, so